Have you tried this Slurpee?
Not that quickly, hun.
Hey, I'm pissed and about to talk really fast, so buckle up, Buttercup, it's story time. That video I just stitched, it was one of my Mavis cosplay videos, and some 30-year-old man decided to duet it as Johnny. Not in cosplay, I might add. I have it in my bio that if you're going to duet one of my videos, it better be in cosplay.
Alright, mateys. I know what you guys are thinking around about now. Ablaze, why are you in a cosplay? Well, guys, I gotta come clean. This isn't a cosplay. This is not a cosplay. Buy one of these epic stickers and you can slap it on people that take cosplay way too far. Whether that be Halloween, slap it around their stupid smug face, or at Comic-Con. It makes it even funnier at this point. With these cool stickers, you'll be supporting the channel as all the money made from these stickers will be going straight back into this channel. Now, I know I've got a few other little things to clean up with you guys. First being, did you seriously wear your Halloween costume just so you can write it off in tax next year? Yes. Yes, I did. This now counts as a business expense. Money well spent, if I must say. Now, guys, honestly, I would love to do the video like this. Like, of course, who wouldn't? It's like a dream. But I've got to be honest, a few things kind of wrong with this. First thing being, trying to wear a full costume while I have two lights on glaring back at me, it's not the nicest of feelings, I gotta say. Also, with the topics being quite serious, I feel like you guys would not be able to take me serious. In all seriousness, we're back on the Fake Disorder cringe subreddit. Boys, it'd be pretty cringe recently. As yet, there is another new trend sweeping across Reddit. For some reason, I know we like to watch every time from time to see what the new trend is on this subreddit, and every other week it seems to just switch around. Like, I feel like last week it did go back to Tourette's, representing, very nice, coming back in the spotlight, but I feel like this week it's reverted back to people fainting. I don't know why that is suddenly such a big trend on TikTok and why that you would want to have these types of disorders, but apparently I think some kids on the internet have generally looked on TikTok recently and thought to themselves, I want a bit of that. Give me some of those fainting episodes. I want some of that. Clearly they've never fainted in a day in their life because it's not something you really want in real life. Am I right, guys? I just don't think so. Look, I know there's always going to be the odd occasion where I will get something wrong. I'm only human, but I'm pretty confident that this person is probably faking. Yeah. Ablaze, what is the big giveaway here? You may be asking, and that's a valid response to have. I'm not having to go at you for even saying that. But look, guys, if you're gonna faint and you have something as serious as POTS where you're gonna faint and potentially really hurt yourself, because again, if you have this while you're walking, you could quite easily hit your head and get brain damage. Like, it's a very serious thing. Passing out on a daily basis cannot be fun for any human being. But if you're passing out like this, you may be leaning on your hand, but I'm gonna lean towards the other side and say that you're probably faking. I don't know why and what the obsession is on what people want to be so suppressed nowadays for some reason. Like, I think let that sink in for a second, especially, right? The fact that I even talk about my Tourette's, I can guarantee you there are people on the subreddit that will look at that and generally be jealous of me for having Tourette's. That is wild. So different from growing up. Kind of wish I grew up around about now in school. God, you guys have it so good. Obviously, I got kind of bullied for having Tourette's, like it was kind of the normal thing in the early 2000s. Kids were a lot more meaner back then. I think it's a very strange generation. They will be the quickest to defend you and be by your side and support one another, but in the same breath, they're also, I would say, the quickest generation to jump on a bandwagon and attack and be absolutely brutal and nasty about it. If I say anything that doesn't coincide with their beliefs, they will happily attack me and get vicious and nasty and be happy to even maybe perhaps try and take down my channel at the first second that you say something that you disagree with. Now, guys, you're allowed to have your own opinion on the internet. I think most people, thank God, watching this video can definitely agree with that and probably do. I'm assuming you guys all have roughly the same opinion as me, which is really nice. It's good to know that we're all at least on the same page, but I know there's going to be a few people watching this that definitely aren't and will defend this type of behavior and be on board with what they're saying. Now, again, I'm probably going to have to take out the music that was in the background, but they're playing Katy Perry music in the background. Is someone fainting and having a serious medical condition the right time to be playing a happy song while showing something? If you pictured that with any other sort of illness, for example, you wouldn't go for a cancer screening watching your doctor give back your results telling you that you have terminal stage 4 cancer while playing a bit of Katy Perry in the background and being all happy about it. Like, so why is it any different doing it with this kind of stuff? It's not. It's not at all. Again, this is serious stuff. People can fall over and hurt themselves and even potentially die. I feel like it's a very poor choice of music that they've put in the background, because again, they like to make these types of things seem cool, quirky, and make it a very happy and fun experience. And I think promoting that for kids, because at the end of the day, a lot of the people that watch this type of content on TikTok are pretty much children. It's not a fun, exciting thing to have, and I don't know why people keep trying to promote it as an exciting thing. It's not something you want or something you should be jealous of not having.
Why be sad? You can just be gone.
And also, on the other hand, people with actual DID go through actual living hell dealing with that illness. But yet, again, you go onto TikTok and they talk about it almost as if it's a superpower. Like, I can just switch like that. It gets me out of any trouble. If I'm ever in trouble, I just switch and I pretend I didn't know what I was doing. Also, I can transform into other people. And you can tell the amount of like BS that's been coming out of TikTok, because some of these people that even change into different people have other illnesses. For example, Steven won't have Tourette's, but Kevin will. Like, that's not how that works in the slightest. And the most amount of trauma that a lot of these kids have really gone through is probably being sent to their room for the very first time last week. And now they're saying, oh guys, I have it. I'm so suppressed. Like, I have it so bad in this world. I don't think anyone has it as bad as me. I was even scrolling along TikTok the other day and I came across this account of this girl, and every single one of her TikToks was her literally just saying how much life sucks and oh my god, everything is the worst. Like, she just passed her driving license and she doesn't have any friends to hang out with, and oh, everything's wrong and everyone hates her and it's not her fault and everything sucks. You know, the majority of people in third world countries that would be so thankful for even having a car in the first place, and yet when she passed her driving test, the first thing she did was go on TikTok and try and make that into a situation of her being suppressed. Like, I just can't wrap my head around this. You know, there are real actual things to be down about, and I think that's not bad at all. I think there are real reasons to get down and also be upset about. But I feel like a lot of the stuff that kids nowadays get upset about is just so, like, unnecessary. I know everyone's different, so people can be affected in different ways. But to straight up try and fake an illness to be suppressed especially is not the way to try and go about that.
I'm in lust with marijuana. Feel it in my balls, man.
Ah, yes. The good old, you're privileged if you get diagnosed. Guys, you're so lucky that you got diagnosed. What a privilege. I wish I had that. In some ways, I do sympathize and I completely understand that maybe feeling like you have something and you can't have the resources to get diagnosed. Absolutely. Yeah, sure, that has to suck. But in no way, in God's name, does that give you the right to then, for your first instinct, to go onto TikTok and start creating TikToks on a diagnosis you don't have. If you want to take the right precautions and maybe be a bit cautious of certain things if you have certain illnesses. For example, if you feel and believe that you actually do have POTS, maybe don't drive when you're lightheaded. But that doesn't then give you the excuse to go onto TikTok and start making TikTok saying that you have these things and people should feel bad for you. Again, I find personally, people when they have these actual illnesses and conditions, the last thing they want to do is really go onto TikTok and start flexing their diagnosis. In what world? The only reason I've ever started talking about my Tourette's is now that it actually falls straight under the exact content I'm doing onto YouTube. So for sure, I feel like in my defense, it makes perfect sense to be talking about it. But again, I talk about it. I don't ask for people to feel sorry for me. Why? Because I twitch my head and a few other body parts here and there, and I want you guys to feel bad for me? No, I have it pretty good. I don't want any sympathy for that. Are you kidding me? And people that actually have these illnesses are the same way. I've met people in the past that have had Tourette's and stuff, and they hate it. It's embarrassing. You don't want more attention to it. If I made a whole TikTok dedicated to me and about my Tourette's, that would be mental. Guys, I'm actually really suppressed. I twitch my head from time to time and I go like that. Feel sorry for me, guys. You know what, honestly, guys, if you weren't considering buying a sticker, please do it for my Tourette's. Please, guys, buy my sticker. Not because they're epic and cool and you can slap them on people when they're wearing stupid costumes and they take it too far and they like to say they're not cosplaying, but because I have Tourette's. Feel bad for me. Buy this. I like the irony of doing that, but there are actual people out there that would actually do that. I should stick this on the green screen because it would be very cool because then you guys can see it. It might be a bit weird with the actual coloring of the green screen, but you guys got to see the actual product itself. Otherwise, how are you going to buy it, huh? And all the money that I'm making from these stickers is going straight back into the channel. I'm trying to save up for a better camera, guys. I want you guys to have the best experience when you're on the Papa Ablaze channel. And that's sick. Isn't that cool? Now my big stupid head is going to block it. Fuck! There we go. That is much better, guys. Now we can see it. Isn't it cool? Link in the description.
I've had some bad comment sections, but I don't think I've ever had a comment section as vile as this one. And I've been posted on Reddit before, and some of the stuff that's been said about me on Reddit, when, by the way, they know absolutely nothing about me, has been bad. But I think the ones that are even worse, I think, are the people that try and act like they're really nice, but they're just really nastily taking the piss. And yeah, I just think it's really disappointing. You'll claim to support autistic people and like, oh my god, you can talk to me about your special interest, but then the moment an autistic person shows a sign of autism that isn't socially acceptable, the allistics, they can't handle it. They physically cannot handle it. You're just gonna have to learn to cope because disabled people exist and we're going to continue existing no matter how cringe you think we are. Get a grip.
Now, I want to put that video in there towards the end because I think she actually made some pretty good points. Whether or not she's faking, I feel like there are definitely times, and I will say I've definitely been guilty of this, of jumping on the bandwagon a little bit too quick sometimes and having a go. I kind of like to look at these videos as a whole, and I'm not always personally attacking people, rather taking their video and talking to them as a whole community of people that upload these types of things, trying to make this stuff look fun and entertaining, like I always say, is kind of more of my issue, and I feel like that's a very valid point. There's definitely no time or scenario where you should be actively trying to hunt down these people and have a go at them and be nasty and leave them hate comments. I think regardless on the internet of what your beliefs or if they offended you or if you're angry, I feel like don't say stuff to people unless you'd actually say it in real life. Because I find like that is one of the biggest things online is people happily saying all this stuff when I know for a fact they wouldn't say. I would say around 80 to 90% of the stuff that they say on the internet. I've had comments absolutely screaming at me when, again, I feel like they've missed my point of view of what I've been trying to say, saying that it goes both ways. But in any of my videos, if you guys find the people that I've been reacting to, don't leave any hate comments. I feel like you guys are great. I always see like the comments down below, they're normally pretty positive. You guys are trying to actually make people understand and also give your point of view on certain topics, which is great. I actually love that about you guys. I think that's one of our best redeeming qualities on this channel is you guys, and making this whole thing a hell of a lot easier and seeing the points that I'm trying to say, or if when you do correct me, because a lot of the people, when they correct me in the comments, you're nice about it. That's fine. That makes people want to listen anyway, because I find like when you're saying it completely nasty and you're having to go and screaming at anyone, they're not going to listen to what you have to say. If you start the conversation with, you are a fully grown man piece of shit. Like, do you really think as soon as you say that, they're going to sit there and listen to what you have to say? No. Internet hate on any scenario isn't good, whether or not they're faking or whatever. Hopefully the people that do fake see after some time that was wrong and they shouldn't have done that. But I wanted to put that in at the end of the video because sometimes that message in these videos can get lost, and I don't ever really talk about that enough because I feel like, again, we do so many videos on this. Talking about this on every video would get pretty boring after a while, but again, I don't think I've really mentioned it that deeply, and that's something I feel quite strongly about, is definitely keeping the peace and just respecting one another, as ridiculous as a lot of these videos are. But anyway, boys and girls, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know I keep spamming it, but this was like the real video I wanted to make to actually really promote these stickers. I think they're great. I love them. By the time I've uploaded this as well, there should be some ones there that just say not a cosplay without the logo. So if you just generally want to slap this on people and have a laugh, but not have any attachment to the channel, I completely understand. I'm hopefully going to have that up by today. So if they're not up straight away by this video, they should. But if they're not, then come back in a few hours time. They definitely will be. Let me know as well in the comments. If you get these, take a picture and send it to me. Even funnier if you get these and you see this Halloween and you see people walking around, gently put it on them. And I think that's kind of funny, and take a picture and send it to me. And I'll put it in one of these videos. That'd be hilarious. But anyway, guys, hope you're having a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.